The Huntsman Mini Keyboard review and unboxing coming up next. Now, the first thing you will notice is the black background on the front of the box with a picture of the Huntsman Mini in black with the RGB backlit keys on it. And again, this is, since I got the black edition, this was how the box would look when you first get it. Now, if you was to get the Mercury, which is like the whitish, lighter gray, now the whole box of the front will look actually different. It will actually be in white instead of the all black background. And now you can see that on the sides of the box is also green. Now, this is when that magic happens. When you open the box, you see the 60% keyboard wrapped in plastic. Now for mine, again, it is in black. So I ordered the black edition. But again, if you wanted something lighter like the white or the light gray, the white grayish colors, then that would be your Mercury option. Now inside the box, below the keyboard, you'll see you got your wired cable, which can be found. And also on top of that, and if you look at the slot inside the box, you will find all your essential paperwork. Now, when you take the keyboard out of the box and out of the plastic, you will first notice how it is all black with a good matte finish. And you'll also, too, notice that the overall weight of it is pretty light in the hands. Now, this is good to know that that weight is definitely important because as this is a 60% keyboard, it is actually meant for traveling, being on the go. So you definitely have to worry about it being too heavy, as it is very, very light as I hold it in my one hand. Now, the body of it is actually really sturdy for it being a 60% keyboard, as such models of different, not of different, but of the same type of architecture being at 60%. Some of those keyboards you may notice are real flimsy and light, but this one actually is very sturdy and you can definitely tell that it has a good, strong build to it. Now the keyboard is pretty sleek and finished as well, and with that matte finish. And you'll also notice that this keyboard features double shot PBT keycaps. So that means that you will actually have a better response and a better finger placement of your fingers within the keys itself. So for great typing and great gaming, of course. And if you really look below those keys, inside some of those keys, you will actually see that it has side printed secondary function labeling for easy referencing. And these also your function keys. So unlike the other 10 keyless or the full size keyboards that have the function row on the top, this actually, being at 60%, they actually integrated those function keys within their other keys on the keyboard itself. And you will notate those with those side printed secondary function keys for referencing. And lastly, before we get away from the keyboard, you will also take note that this does include a detachable C cable, type C cable, for portability and connection, as this is the only means of connecting your keyboard to your PC is through this detachable type C cable. Now for the first part of the main feature that you definitely want to take note of, again, that first have to definitely reference the keycaps. Now those double shot PBT keycaps offer great typing experience as well as a great gaming experience. And it's also one of the best main features about this keyboard is that the finish of these keyboards does not allow for the keys to become shiny over time or for the lettering to be worn off over long periods of use. So you can rest assured that these keycaps will definitely look and stay the way they did when you first unboxed it for the first time and first started using it. So that means you can have longer game times and longer typing times on this keyboard without worrying about your keys degrading over time. Now the next main feature you definitely want to take advantage of is how easy it is to change the lighting effects on this keyboard. Now this keyboard offers 7 hotkeys that you can use to change the customization of the lighting effects. And unlike other manufacturers out there which require software in order to perform this function, with the Razer Huntsman Mini, there's no software required at all to do it. All you have to do is choose between those 7 commands in order to change the lighting effect to fit your gaming and aesthetic needs. Now for the third main feature, which could vary between the user, as some may just be solely using this keyboard or sharing this keyboard with others. And that feature is the fact that you can save up to 5 different user profiles on this keyboard itself. So that means that 5 different people can use this one keyboard and actually have 5 different customizable settings along with the lighting as well as different key functions to fit their gaming needs. So if you have a family of siblings and you guys only have one keyboard to use and you guys are sharing it, maybe one person's traveling or one person's using it while somebody else is doing something else, then they can actually easily change between the profiles and their settings so they can suit their gaming and again their aesthetic needs as far as how they want the lighting effect to look. Now this next feature that I'm gonna talk about is kind of like a 2-in-1, and the fact that the first main feature of this 2-in-1 that I'm talking about is actually something called the Razer Synapse 2.0 or now 3.0 software. Now, again, this software is not needed to change the lighting effects, but in order for you to change the different effects on the different keys commands on your keyboard itself, you will definitely need to have this software installed. Now, it's good it's safe to let you know that this software is available for Mac and Windows computer systems. So whether you have a Mac or Windows, you can definitely use this keyboard as well as run that Razer Synapse software in order to change the macro keys and other functions on this keyboard itself. Now, also within this Razer Synapse software, you also have something called the Chroma Studio. Now, again, this is not to change the regular 7 hotkey commands for just the regular lighting effects that's already pre-built into the into this keyboard. But you can actually use the Chroma Studio software to tailor the lighting effects to your gameplay. So whether you're playing more like a driving or first-person shooter or any type of other game with a different pace, that you can actually customize the lighting effects within Razer Synapse software, and within that software, utilize the Chroma Studio program. You can actually customize those lighting effects to actually mimic what's going on in the game. So if you have like high paced scenes, you'll have the lights going all over the place. You can change the color effects and all that good stuff. Or if you just want something more slow paced, then you can definitely set the mood of the gaming along with those lights using that Chroma Studio program within the Razer Synapse 2.0 or now 3.0 software. And just another thing to add on about the Razer Synapse software and within that Chroma Studio program within that software, a great thing you want to definitely take a note of that the software is actually compatible with other smart lighting equipment like Philips Hue and Nano Leaf and other lighting technologies as well. So you can customize the settings of your lighting along with the lighting of your other smart tech as well. So you definitely have that compatibility with other softwares, which makes this keyboard and this software, more importantly, very, very useful if you have it all this keyboard already, or if you decide to purchase it in the future. Now for the First Pro. The fact that this keyboard is 60%, that means that you'll only be using the keys that you actually need for gaming. So if you're someone who just really dedicate themselves to just mainly gaming and you don't really care about the number pad or any other keys or on the top function keys or the 1 or the 10 keys on the top of the keyboard, you just don't really care about or use those at all, then you definitely want to take advantage of using the 60%, the Huntsman mini series keyboard within that Huntsman series, because this will only include the keys that you actually need to get your typing done and definitely for your gaming, as all the keys that you need for gaming are readily available on this 60% keyboard without the hassle of using another keyboard that is, with buttons that you just won't use. The second pro of using this keyboard would definitely have to be that this keyboard offers 2 different key styles if you decide to purchase it. Now, if you want something really clicky and you really want that clicky response, you will definitely have to go with the purple switch keyboard, or vice versa. If you want something really quiet and subtle and without the clicky and you just want, you really don't care for the clickiness, then you definitely want to go with the red optical linear keyboard layout. As so, this Razer actually made two versions of the Huntsman mini keyboards to fit any style of typist or gamer. Now for the third pro, if you're getting this keyboard, that being a 60% keyboard, if you're someone who has a small desk space, or someone who doesn't really want anything really cluttering their space on their desk, whether it's big or small, then just the fact that this is a 60% keyboard, you can definitely save a whole lot of space and get a whole lot of keyboard at the same time. And for the last pro, would definitely have to be the compatible software from Razer that you can use with this Razer Huntsman mini keyboard. Again, with that Razer Synapse software along with that Chroma Studio software built into it, you now have full control to do whatever you need to do and customize I keep saying laptop, but customizing the keyboard to your actual needs and wants. And when you throw in that 7 hotkey functions of just changing the lighting effects, you have full control over this keyboard. And the software is free, so it's just free off their website. So if you want to use it, you definitely can just grab it for free. And again, it's Mac and Windows compatible, so you don't have to worry about having the Windows system to only use the software or vice versa. Now, as good as the keyboard as it says, we definitely have some negatives or AKA some cons to it. Now, the first con of this keyboard that I just didn't like was the fact that this keyboard, unlike the others in the Huntsman lineup of keyboards, that this one does not have a dedicated wrist pad. That's right. It doesn't have a dedicated wrist pad. Now, they have a Razer wrist pad for their other lineup of the 10 keyless and full-size Huntsman keyboard series. But when it comes in terms of the Huntsman Mini, there's no dedicated wrist pad. So if you're someone who's requiring that wrist pad, you will either one, have to purchase a wrist pad for a bigger keyboard, so you'll have this long wrist pad for a 60% keyboard, which is aesthetically not ideal, but it can definitely work as it is a wrist pad. Or you will have to go actually look around and go purchase another compact size wrist pad from a different manufacturer to use with your Razer Huntsman mini keyboard. So I will definitely link wrist pad that I found on via Amazon, and I'll definitely I'll definitely link that down in the comments and the description section below of this video. And another con of using this keyboard is the fact that it is not wireless. Now, for a computer, I keep saying computer and laptop. Now, for a keyboard of this magnitude, of this size, and for the fact that since it being a 60% keyboard, it is really easily transportable, and you can pack it in any type of size bag or suitcase, you would think that it will be wireless to allow for more free movement and just, again, just for more free movement. But unfortunately, that this keyboard is only can be used wired, and although the cable itself is detachable, and that's good, so you don't have to worry about wrapping it around, kinking it up. You can just fold the cable and the keyboard, pack it away, and not have to worry about it. But again, this is not a wireless keyboard, and the fact that you have to plug it up to the cable and into your device makes it, I know, maybe not ideal for some people who definitely require or only want to play with a wireless keyboard for mobility and just moving around a desk or wherever you're doing. And lastly, it will definitely be for the fact that this keyboard costs between $120 and $130 retail. And you may get that price down if you look around, but that's the price point of this keyboard, is the fact that it can't be wireless and you have to connect it wired only. That's my only knack about it. I think it's a really good keyboard, but the fact that you can't connect it wirelessly and you're paying around that price point where there's other manufacturers that have a keyboard similar, and on top of that have a keyboard, other keyboards that are 10 keyless or full size for cheaper that are wireless, then I would say yes. Definitely Razer, if you come out with another 60% keyboard, I would definitely say to make that one wireless capable. along as with using the removable USB Type-C cable, but definitely make it wireless. All right, guys, that's it. I want to thank you guys for checking out the review of the Huntsman mini keyboard by Razer, and I hope you got some value out of this video. And of course, if you have any questions about this keyboard in particular, or you some special features or items or you want to know about it, then definitely link those questions down in the comment section below, as I will definitely get back to you with an answer. And also, definitely hit the like icon if you really enjoyed this video. And if you enjoy videos like this one and want to see more, definitely make sure you subscribe and hit all notifications on, so that way you won't miss any new uploads weekly. And again, I want to thank you guys for sticking around, and I want to thank you for supporting this channel. And I'll definitely see you on the next video, and I hope you guys have a great and safe day. Bye.